Well, David, thank you so much for joining me today. I think this will be a fun conversation. Can we just start off? Do you mind just sharing a little bit about your role at TechMD?
Absolutely. It's good to do this with you, Sebastian. So I'm currently the Chief Strategy Officer and Interim COO at TechMD.
So how did you discover CoPilot in Microsoft Edge, and what prompted you to start using it regularly?
I was a big ChatGPT fan when it first came out. Started using it regularly to help really synthesize down or get to the gist of articles quickly, help me do some writing and posting, for things like LinkedIn. So I was using ChatGPT for that, but I would always have to take information out of one screen and paste it into the ChatGPT to feed it the information and ask questions and go through that rigmarole. And so when CoPilot first launched for Microsoft Edge browser, I started playing with it for that same use case. And it quickly just became the best tool for me to do that because I didn't ever need to leave the browser. I could work within websites and ask CoPilot to give me the information or boil down what a website was or an article was describing. It was really just born out of simplicity, like simplifying my own workflows because it was already in the browser. And that was before CoPilot became what it is today, where it's built into many of the different Microsoft tools and can be used in that way.
How has CoPilot boosted your efficiency or productivity? And do you have any examples that you can share?
So there's times we'll have meetings and we'll have individuals or teammates who couldn't make a meeting or ended up showing up to the meeting late and needing a summary. With a few clicks of the mouse and keystrokes, I can get that summary and kick it right out to people. So it's helping me with things like that. It's still helping as well with initiatives that we're doing as I'm doing research. It can really help me boil down articles quickly and see if I want to go more in depth with that content before I spend all the time to read it on my own.
So in your role as a Chief Strategy Officer, you must receive a lot of articles, white papers, and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you use CoPilot to help navigate all of that content and digest it somehow?
It's another one of those areas that I'm using to dabble in right now, probably more in terms of legal contracts and, vendor contracts and things like that. One of our vendors sent us a contract that was, it was over 40 pages. It was 40 or 50 page legal contract, right? And that's a lot of reading, especially in legalese, if you're not an attorney. And it was very helpful in helping me sort through what the important stuff that I need to focus my energy on and really look at within the contract. I wouldn't ever recommend using it as your attorney, right? But it can at least help us get a glance at what we might need to pay attention to at first glance. I'd say even outside of CoPilot, there is the tool that Google has recently released called Notebook LM, which is a language model that Google built with their engineers. And they really believe it's the way of the future in terms of interacting with our information, our data. And so that's a tool where you upload content that you want to apply a language model or AI to. And I've used that and put it through its rigors in evaluating a whole legal business sale and contracts. I'm dabbling now in uploading all of our client contracts in there so we can sort through what the differences are and make sure that we are dotting our I's and crossing our T's to deliver on all the promises that we've made to clients. And so there's that tool as well that I'm using now in more regular workflow to help sort through the overwhelming amount of information that I, and I'm sure we and our audience here deals with.
How have you used CoPilot to facilitate learning development, either for yourself or within your team?
It's a great place to go to ask a simple, plain language question and come back with resources. For those of you who've used CoPilot, you'll see in the answers it gives you a hyperlink out to where it's pulling those answers from, which is handy because then you dig deeper into those articles or ask further questions about it. And funny enough, the other thing that I use it for sometimes is, creating the TLDR, right? I find myself often now typing out an email or a Teams message, knowing people are busy and then wanting a TLDR paragraph or sentence to simplify that. And so I'll shoot that over to CoPilot and let it summarize it for me. And that's just a fun, helpful way to do it. Probably something I could do on my own, but it does a great job quickly spitting that kind of thing out.
David, thanks so much for this conversation. I feel like I learned a lot. I think it will be valuable to the viewers. So thanks for taking the time to speak with me.
Yeah, thank you, Sebastian. It's a fun conversation, and we all learn a lot as we talk through and learn through these new tools. Thank you.